Hello, my friends. Welcome back to English Unleashed. I'm Tom, and today we're going to talk about one of the most interesting topics ever: how to learn faster, remember longer, and study smarter. Many people believe that learning means sitting still for hours, reading books, and focusing very hard. But what if I told you that learning doesn't have to feel heavy or boring? There are simple ways to make your brain work for you instead of against you. In this episode, I'm going to share ideas from a book called How We Learn by Benedict Carey. It's a fascinating look at how our brain really learns and how small changes in the way we study can make a huge difference. We'll explore each idea step by step, and I'll give you examples that you can use right away in your English learning journey. So, take a deep breath, relax, and let's begin. Part 1. Rethink learning. Forget everything you think you know about studying. That's what the author says at the start of the book, and it's true. Many students believe they must study in one place, stay focused for hours, and never move. But our brain doesn't learn best that way. Your brain is not a machine. It's alive. It grows and changes every single day. It learns from experiences, from mistakes, from curiosity, and from trying again and again. Think about how babies learn. They don't sit at a desk. They explore, touch, move, and copy. That natural way of learning is still powerful even for adults. So, don't just sit still when you study. Move around. Read out loud. Try learning in different places. If you study English vocabulary in your bedroom today, try studying in the kitchen tomorrow. The next day, go to a cafe or sit in the park. Every time you change your environment, your brain builds more connections. And when your brain connects, learning to many places, it becomes easier to remember. Learning isn't only about discipline or long hours. It's about giving your brain the right conditions. Use curiosity, try new ways, make learning active, not passive. Part 2. The power of forgetting. Now, let's talk about something we usually see as negative forgetting. We often think forgetting means failure, but it's not. Forgetting is actually part of the learning process. Our memory works like a muscle. When we forget something and then try to recall it, we make that memory stronger. Scientists call this the forgetting effect. It's why spaced repetition reviewing information with breaks works so well. For example, if you learn 10 new English words today, review them tomorrow. Then again after 3 days, then again after a week. Each time you recall the words, your memory becomes stronger. But if you repeat them 10 times in 1 hour and never again, you'll forget quickly. Forgetting gives your brain a chance to rebuild, to focus on what really matters. So, don't feel bad when you forget something in English. Review it again later. That effort of remembering is what makes it stick. Part 3. Mix it up. Most learners try to focus on one thing until they master it: grammar for 2 hours, then vocabulary for another 2 hours. But your brain learns faster when you mix things up. When you study different topics together, your brain has to think harder. It needs to decide which rule or idea to use. That effort builds deeper understanding. Try this approach. Study grammar for 20 minutes, then vocabulary for 20 minutes, then practice listening or speaking. Later, go back to grammar. Your brain will connect everything naturally. It might feel more difficult at first, but that's a good sign. It means your brain is working deeply. Easy learning disappears quickly. Harder learning stays longer. Part 4. Rest and sleep. Let's talk about something many learners forget: rest. Sleep is not wasted time. It's a critical part of learning. While you sleep, your brain organizes everything you learned during the day. It connects ideas, strengthens memories, and even solves problems. Studies show that people who sleep after studying remember much more than those who stay awake. So, if you review vocabulary before bed, your memory will be stronger in the morning. But if you stay up all night reading, you might forget most of it. Short breaks are also important. They give your brain time to process information. After a break, you come back with more focus and energy. So, don't feel guilty for resting. Resting isn't stopping your learning, it's part of it. Part 5. Testing is learning. Now, let's talk about testing. Most of us think tests are for checking what we know, but tests are actually one of the best ways to learn. Every time you try to remember something, even if you get it wrong, you make your memory stronger. This process is called retrieval practice. After reading a story or a lesson, try to recall what you remember without looking at the page. Even if you forget parts, the act of trying helps your brain build stronger pathways. If you just reread the same text again and again, you'll forget it faster. Instead, test yourself. Use flashcards, small quizzes, or even mini conversations with yourself. Testing isn't about perfection. It's about practice. Part 6. The benefits of distraction. You've probably been told to focus and avoid distractions. But small, short distractions can actually help learning. When you step away from a problem, your brain continues working quietly in the background. It connects ideas and looks for solutions. If you're writing in English and get stuck, take a short walk. Do something different. You might find the answer comes naturally when you return. The key is balance. Long distractions hurt learning, but short ones refresh your brain. So don't feel bad for stepping away for a few minutes. That's when creativity happens. Part 7. Learning without thinking. Not all learning is conscious. Sometimes we learn without trying. This happens when we see patterns, hear language, or repeat actions many times. Children learn their first language this way: they listen, copy, and repeat. Adults can learn like this too. If you listen to English podcasts while cooking, walking, or cleaning, you're still learning. Your brain picks up grammar, pronunciation, and rhythm naturally. You don't need to understand every word. Just keep your ears open. The more English surrounds you, the faster you learn. Part 8. Learning from mistakes. Many learners are afraid of mistakes. They want to speak perfectly. But mistakes are powerful teachers. When you make a mistake and correct it, your brain remembers the right answer much more strongly. If you say a sentence incorrectly and someone corrects you, that correction stays in your mind. Mistakes build confidence. They show you what to improve, and they remind you that failure is part of progress. So, don't be afraid to make mistakes when you speak English. Every wrong word is a step closer to fluency. Part 9. Review and reflect. Let's take a quick moment to review what we've learned today. Forgetting helps memory grow. Studying in different places builds stronger connections. Mixing topics makes learning deeper. Rest and sleep are part of studying. Testing yourself strengthens memory. Short distractions refresh your mind. Passive learning, like listening, still counts. And mistakes are your best teachers. Learning isn't about doing more work. It's about doing the right kind of work. Understanding how your brain learns and working with it, not against it. Part 10. Practice together. Now, let's practice a little. I'll ask you a few simple questions. Try to answer them out loud. What's one new thing you learned today? When do you feel most focused when you study? What's a mistake that helped you improve your English? What time of day do you learn best? Speak your answers out loud. Don't worry about grammar or perfection. The more you speak, the more natural you'll sound. Part 11. Closing and Motivation. My friend, thank you for listening today. You're not just learning English, you're learning how to learn. That is a superpower. Every time you listen, repeat, or think in English, you're building new pathways in your brain. It's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. Even 15 minutes a day can change everything if you do it with purpose. So, keep going. Keep learning. Keep believing in yourself. And before we finish, if this podcast helped you, please subscribe to Daily English Boost Podcast. Join our growing community of learners from around the world. When you subscribe, you don't just get lessons, you get encouragement, practice, and inspiration every week. Together, we'll keep improving one word, one phrase, one conversation at a time. Thank you for being here. I'm Tom, and this is English Unleashed. Until next time, keep listening, keep speaking, and keep growing. Bye for now.